If you're looking to land a job in the cloud, there are 5 career mistakes you must avoid. I'm Lucy, an ex-AWS Solutions Architect, and over the past year, I've mentored over 250 job seekers through one-on-one consultations. In the process, I've noticed that a lot of people are making the same mistakes, which is why in this video, I want to share with you the top 5 career mistakes that job seekers make when trying to start their cloud career. The goal of this video is to help you avoid making these same mistakes, so please give this video a like and save it for future reference. And remember, you're definitely not alone on this journey. If you haven't already, make sure you sign up to our free Tech with Lucy Cloud community on Slack to join a group of over 3,000 cloud enthusiasts. Now, the first career mistake that job seekers make is choosing the wrong role to aim for. When you're just starting out, you'll come across roles like Solutions Architect, Cloud Engineer, Cloud Architect, and so on. But it's important to do your own research and not just base your decision on how well the role pays or how popular it is. Make sure you take some time to understand your own skills and interests, as well as your strengths and weaknesses, in order to identify a role that's best for you. I actually made a video last year on why you shouldn't become an AWS Solutions Architect to clear up some common misconceptions. For example, the role of a solutions architect at AWS is pretty customer facing. So if you don't enjoy working with customers, you might want to look into something different. There's actually a fun quiz you can take to figure out which cloud role might be right for you. AWS created this recently, and after answering the questions, you get recommended a role as well as some helpful resources to help you develop your cloud skills. Of course, the quiz is just a bit of fun, so please don't use it to make your final decision, but it can help you start thinking about what role in cloud might align with your preferences. The main point is, there are so many cloud roles out there, so make sure you do your own research to make an informed decision. Once you've decided on the role you'd like to aim for, the next step is to create a strategy to help you get there. This brings us to mistake number 2, not having a clear strategy. Without a proper plan in place, it can be easy to get sidetracked and lose sight of your goals. That's why I recommend creating a roadmap that outlines the exact steps you need to take to achieve your desired cloud role. I recently published a video on how to learn cloud and actually land a job, where I outline a 5-step plan to guide you along your cloud journey. Here's an example of what your plan could look like. So in the first month, you could focus on studying IT fundamentals. Second month could be focused on getting a cloud certification. Third month, build cloud projects and gain hands-on experience. And in the fourth month, prepare for interviews and apply to jobs. This is just a general outline, and you'll want to tailor your plan based on your specific goals and needs. I'd also recommend taking this a step further by planning out exactly what you're going to be studying. Make sure you block out dedicated time each week to focus on learning and building. By having a clear plan and actively working towards your goals, you'll be in a much better place to land a cloud role this year. The third cloud career mistake is not spending enough time building hands-on skills. So while it's important to have a strong understanding of the theoretical concepts, it's just as important to gain hands-on practical experience that you can actually showcase on your resume and during an interview. Here are 2 ways you can build your hands-on cloud skills. So the first one is by working on a personal project. For example, you could build a serverless e-commerce platform using AWS or Azure. The second way is to take an online course or workshop. And there are online courses out there that focus on a specific role or area of technology. Trying to land a job in tech can be pretty overwhelming, but there are some platforms out there that make it easier for you. I'd like to introduce you to today's video sponsor, Careerist.com. It's an online platform that offers immersive programs in QA automation, sales engineering, tech support, and more. Even if you don't have any experience or background in tech, Careerist can help you learn everything required to land your first tech job. And they recommend starting off with the basics by enrolling in this manual QA course. So how it works is you attend live classes, receive one-on-one guidance from a personal mentor, and get real-world experience through a remote internship. Their students also get access to a simplified job search system, and you can read about some of their experiences through the website. So if you'd like to check out their programs, I've included a link in the description below for a 10% discount off any course. Thank you Careerist.com for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get into career mistake number 4, which is underestimating the importance of soft skills. Given the current job market, having technical skills by itself is often not enough. Developing soft skills like communication, collaboration, and problem solving will not only help you succeed in interviews, but also set you up for long-term career success. Research conducted by Harvard University has concluded that 85% of job success comes from having well-developed soft skills and people skills, and only 15% of job success actually comes from technical and hard skills. We all know at this point that to improve your technical skills, you can take an online course or get hands-on with the technology. But how do you improve your soft skills? One way I improve my soft skills is to actively put myself in uncomfortable situations situations that I know will be good for me. This might involve giving a presentation to a group of people, leading a team, or even creating and publishing YouTube videos. While these types of situations might seem intimidating, they can help you step out of your comfort zone and help you develop soft skills like teamwork and communication. The final but most important career mistake to avoid is going on this journey alone. Networking and meeting new people is a crucial part to any job search, and this is especially true when you're applying to roles in the cloud industry. It can help you learn more about new job opportunities and gain insights into the industry that you typically can't find online. So I'd recommend taking the initiative to attend industry events, join communities, and reach out to people outside your network to build relationships. One tip I have is to try and make one new connection every week. For example, reaching out to people on LinkedIn who are cloud learners or people working in roles you want to be in. And on the topic of LinkedIn, make sure your profile is always up to date with your latest skills and experiences. You could also create a personal website to share your thoughts or document any projects you built. The reason I say this is because sometimes hiring managers and recruiters actually look online for candidates. And when they do, having a strong digital presence will really help you out. Okay, so those are the top 5 cloud career mistakes I've seen job seekers make. If there's any I missed, please comment them down below so that others can avoid them. And if you found this video helpful, make sure you check out this video where I talk about how to learn cloud computing in order to actually land a job.